Live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fourth edition of the Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament hosted here at St. David's, Maristananda. If you're in the area, pull through. We've got lovely food, lovely water polo, and a couple cold ones going on sale throughout the weekend. I'm not sure if the bar's open yet, but don't take my word for that. But we'll see you guys throughout the day and throughout the weekend. Thank you for tuning in here to It's Happening Africa. We've got a clash here between the Elevate under-16s, I believe, and the Stags Does. I believe the Stags Does befitted by the blue caps and the Elevate under-16s in the white. These two sides locking horns here. Does on the ball first here. On the right-hand side with Katja O'Brien. She's looking for some support. A bit static here from the Does, but that ball's found inside water. But on hand to clean up is Jessica Bosch for the Elevate under-16s. And they escape with possession. Big perimeter pressure coming in from the Does. That ball into second center with Kiana Coutinho. She's turned her defender inside out, but turned into the keeper. Advantage earned and penalty earned. Advantage given, I beg your pardon, and penalty earned. Elevate under-16s here. Jade Lee Oosthuizen first up to bat here to try and open their account in this clash. And it's found its way past the keeper there. I believe Alexia Bruce in the cage. I beg your pardon, that was not Jade Lee Oosthuizen. That was the number 5, Jessica McCamley for the Elevate under-16s, who finds herself on the score sheet. 1-0 in favor of the Elevate under-16s befitted by the white caps. The Does looking to respond quite quickly. Ball onto the right-hand side. Katja O'Brien has responded immediately with a beautiful bounce shot into the top corner. Fantastic response from the Does. Draw themselves level almost immediately. Can confirm it was Jessica McCamley who scored the first goal for the Elevate under-16s. So 1 goal apiece here in the ladies section of the Gauteng Invitational. It's a beautiful ball into front water there, but just out of range of the centre forward. I believe that was June Stander. But that pass not within arm's reach of the attacker there. Goalkeeper easily able to clean up, so no exclusion earned. If that ball perhaps was a bit better, closer to the attacker, she may have won something. Pass onto the right-hand side. This is Jade Lee Oosthuizen, the vice-captain. And off the ball, contra there, spotted by the referee on the near side. Mr. It's Happening Africa himself spots ducking under for advantageous water. I believe the perpetrator there was Kelsey Meth. But a loose pass easily gathered by the Stags Does. And they recover possession. Here's Oosthuizen. Lofted pass into the centre. But Mia Gibson on hand to snatch that away. And regain possession for the Elevate under-16s. Taylor Bosman earns the ordinary outside 6. Drops into second centre on the left-hand side with Jessica Bosch. And she's won an exclusion, getting the better of Katja O'Brien, the goal scorer. And the under-16s have a power play now, setting up in a 4-2 formation. 20 seconds with a 6-on-5 here. For those under... Oh, that's a beautiful shot from the perimeter. Mia Gibson fires from the top and converts past Alexia Bruce, and that finds its way into the bottom right-hand corner. And once again, the Elevate under-16s find themselves out in front. Anae Muller on the ball. The captain. Out to Oosthuizen. Bit static here from the Does. Looking for something a little ambitious there into the centre. Perhaps looking for Kelsey Meth there. But on hand to clean up once again is Mia Gibson. That pass just behind Casey Williams. I beg your pardon, just behind Gina Lindhorst. But she's aware. She's continued her movement down here onto the right-hand post. And Kelsey Meth doing phenomenally well under defense there. To concede just an ordinary in that position. Here's Mia Gibson. Into the centre, lofted pass there, contra called there. So the new rules of water polo, if you get a foul, you have to play yourself, similar to a tap and go in rugby where you bounce it off your foot, except you have to visibly play it off your hand before you can have a balk. You can have a first time shot, but that time a foul was earned and she balked, so it's a turnover. And the Stags Does have the ball here. An exclusion earned here by Jessica Bart. Turned her defender, Jessica McCamley, and won the power play. So Does have their first man up of the game. 6 on 5 for 20 seconds. Down to 8 now. Coutinho opens her angle on the right-hand side. And good perimeter pressure coming from Kira Holland. She's recovered the ball and let it fly at the on the cross cage. It's come off the woodwork and gone out of bounds. So Elevates escape with their lead intact. Oh, it's a beautiful long pass up the left-hand side. Kira Holland finds herself in front water. She's dropped a gear, fired the afterburners and gone towards the near side. But Alexia Bruce denies from close range and puts it out for a corner. Of course, a 2 meter, the second best result after a goal from a shot. Big balk from Taylor Bosman on the perimeter. Gives it to Lindhorst. Back to Bosman. She's let it go, and that's found the back of the net. Quick catch and release coming from Taylor Bosman. And she's doubled the deficit. Elevate lead the Stags Does 3 goals to 1. Players resumed here. The captain, Ane Muller, on the ball. Finding Merrin Henderson on the right-hand side, looking to draw an ordinary. That's gone to the right wing with Casey Williams. Great perimeter pressure coming up from the Elevate under-16s. That ball back into Merrin Henderson. It's turned into trouble. It's earned the ordinary, though, from a difficult position. That ball gone out to left fetch. I don't have a name for number 14. So apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Dropping that into second centre. Gemma Kaminski has let a shot go, but is unable to beat Kirsten Duplessis in the cage. I believe the keepers may have swapped caps. I am just making a judgment call based on what I'm reading here, so apologies if I am mistaken. But there may be Musi in the number 1 cap for Elevate under 16s. Kaimogetswe Musi in the number 1 cap, it looks like, for the Elevate under 16s. But here come the Stag Does coming up the pool with Casey Williams. Onto the left-hand side with Gemma Kaminski. This is a bit better from the Does. A lot more space in their setup. Kaminski's gone for it. A lob towards the near side. Comes off the woodwork and easily collected by Kaimogetswe Musi. Great ball into the centre from Kira Holland. Finding Rosalind Squire. A ball under there is called from the referee on the far side. So in water polo, the ball cannot go underwater. If you are holding the ball in possession and the opposition applies pressure to the top of your hand and that ball goes underwater, it is a turnover. Caitlin Robinson finds Kaminski. Kaminski tries to throw it back out, but easily cleaned up by Bosman. And she's looking to attack inside water. Almost has it stolen away from her by Henderson. Oh, that's a shot from deep there. Looking to perhaps beat the buzzer with the Elevate under 16s. But the first chukker comes to a close with the Elevate under 16s leading the Stags Does 3 goals to 1 in the ladies section of this year's edition of the Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament. And we'll see you again after this short break. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this clash here between the Elevate Under-16s and the White Caps, locking horns with the Stags Does in the Black Caps. Currently, the Elevate Under-16s leading this game, 3-1, with goals through Jessica McCamley, Taylor Bosman, and Mia Gibson. There's a solitary goal on the side of the Stag Does through Katja O'Brien. But that's changed now immediately. Marion Henderson finds the back of the net with a beautiful second centre play and beats Kamokhetswe Musi in the cage. And a fantastic response from the Does, clawing themselves back within one. Sarah Whitehead plays that ball to Kira Holland, out to left wing to Ayla Ahmed. Great drive down to the near side with Kira Holland. She's working hard in the centre, but great support defensively coming in from Casey Williams, on hand to snatch that ball away. A bit of a scruffle here. Marion Henderson did come away with the ball for a little bit there, but Ayla Ahmed kept going, and she came out with final possession. Here's McCamley out to the right-hand side with Rosalind Square. Oh, it's a beautiful ball onto the hand, and a great finish coming in from Jessica McCamley, finding her second goal of this game. Play resumes. Yep, Kelsey Meth gets the ball back to centre back, now occupied by Kiana Coutinho. Onto the left-hand side with Kuma and Guvela. That's a lofted ball into the centre, but easily cleaned up by Alexis Fourie. The referee calling a stop to play here. He wants the ball, perhaps seeing something we haven't seen yet. I believe it's just a warning to the coach on the near side, Callum Meerholz, talking a bit too much. Perhaps a false start there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can give me 2 seconds, it's just a little drizzle here. I'm just going to tuck myself under cover and I'll resume commentary now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I have tucked myself back under cover here a little bit, keeping myself nice and sheltered. And while we were gone, I didn't see who earned the penalty, but Alexis Fourie was up to bat on that 5-meter shot and makes no mistake and extends the Elevate Under-16s lead to 3 goals. The scoreline now reading 5 goals to 2 in favor of the Elevate outfit. The youngsters putting on a great display so far. Full pool press coming in from the Elevate Under-16s. Jessica Bott on the ball here. She needs a little bit of support from her side. She's gone to the left-hand side with Kuma and Nguvela. She plays herself, looking for some options here. Zinguvela. And she's won the exclusion there. Alexis Fourie not retreating after a foul. You have to retreat after you foul an opposition player. She didn't, so she was sent to the naughty corner. And Nguvela takes that shot quickly, but not able to trouble Kamokhetswe Musi in the cage. And straight up the other side here is Kira Holland. It's a greatly weighted pass. She's recovered possession, pressurized 2-on-1, but the Stags Does emerge with the ball there. Great defensive effort from the Does. And here's Katja O'Brien, one of the goal scorers. And another contra called there on the referee on the far side. Mr. It's Happening himself. Not playing themselves there was the young lady. On a foul, you have to tap and go, similar to rugby, but with your hand. That ball's moved on stand. Kira Holland on the ball. Beautiful balk from her. Sends Jessica Bott for a hot dog, and she bounces it into the near side top corner. Beautiful finish, Kira Holland, and she finds herself her first goal of this game. Six goals to 2 now reads the scoreline. Can you grab anything out of the top of my bag? I just want to wipe my tablet down. Anything, just anything. Literally the top thing. Oh, cannot. Okay, it's fine. No, it's fine. Don't worry. I just wanted to dry my screen. Thank you. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of raindrops on my display here. Quick shot there on the perimeter, coming from June Stander. Not able to trouble Alexia Bruce in the cage. A little bit rushed there from the Does. Looking up for Ngwevela. Easily gathered by Gina Lindhorst. And here come the under-16s. Here's Kira Holland. A bit too much on that. Expecting a bit too much legs there from Jessica McCamley. I believe that is on the far right-hand side. Ball back over here. Kira Holland, she can shoot. Lofted pass there, looking for Alexis Fourie. She does gather the ball. But that's gone and touched the out-of-bounds line there. Essentially, for a football equivalent, that's a goal kick now. Alexia Bruce looking for options up the pool. Full pool press coming from these under-16s, making it really difficult for the Stags Does to get anything happening. But that's a great turn on the inside water from Jessica Bott. Out here to Ngwevela. And Jessica Bott continued her drive down and she was impeded, so the Does have a power play. 6-on-5 here again for them. They're going to need to move the ball around, find the open lady and put it in the back of the net. They need to claw themselves back up. Jessica Bott. Ngwevela. Henderson. Henderson has gone for it. Kira Holland got a hand in the way. And Musi was on hand to clean up. And Kira Holland back on the ball here, looking up the pool. They have got front water. It's a great pass up the centre, but the keeper, Alexia Bruce, well aware of the task, gets there first, recovers possession and earns the foul. So her team can escape with the ball. Here's Jessica Bott on the left-hand side. She loves the spin. A contra here, called by the referee on the far side, Steve Tudhope. Reaching over, I believe is the call of playing your defender too high on the body. Alexis Fourie taking on Henderson. Fourie earns the ordinary. Plays that into centre. Big effort coming from Katja O'Brien, but oh, that's great centre forward work from June Stander. Scoops that off the water, but not able to put that on target. Scoreline reading 6 goals to 2 here in favour of the Stags Does. I beg your pardon, the Elevate under-16s against the Stags Does, rather. Bott looking up the pool. It's found her centre forward through Henderson. She's earned the ordinary. Bott wants it back on the perimeter. She's got it. And a soft shot coming from Bott is blocked by Alexis Fourie in the centre-back position there. And Kamogetswe Musi on hand to clean up and regenerate the ball for her side. Kira Holland. Holland has found the inside of the woodwork. That ball's gone across cage. And first to respond is June Stander. And she finds herself on the score sheet. The scoreline now reading 7 goals to 2 in favour of the Elevate under-16 side here against the Stags Does. Kelsey Meth resumes play. Back to Jessica Bott in the centre-back position. Marion Henderson there turning for inside water, but she's turned into trouble and she's tag-teamed by Taylor Bosman and Ayla Ahmed. And Taylor Bosman's dropped a gear and fired the afterburners all the way up for a one-on-one on the other side of the pool. Big balk from her, but she's not able to beat the frame of the cage. But possession is recovered here. I believe that's Jessica Bosch on the ball. Back into centre, but a beautifully read Alexia Bruce on hand to clean up for her side. Snatching that ball away from the dangerous June Stander. And that's the first half, ladies and gentlemen. The Elevate under-16s with a strong foothold in this game, leading the Stags Does 7 goals to 2. Thank you so much for joining us and stay tuned for the second half of this clash. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third chukker of this clash between the Elevate Under-16s, befitted by the white caps, locking horns with the Stags Does. Elevate Under-16s currently with a very strong foothold, or grip on this game, if you will, leading 7-2 leading into this third chukker. For the Elevate Under-16s, we have got goals from Alexis Fourie, a double, or a brace rather, from Jessica McCamley, a goal for Taylor Bosman, and a goal for Mia Gibson. On the side of the Stags Does, we've got 2 goals, one from Katja O'Brien and another from Meryn Henderson. So far, very dominant display from the Elevate Under-16s. The Stags Does have created a couple chances, but the Elevate Under-16s really in control of this game. That's a great drive down onto the second centre. Mia Gibson working hard against Kaminsky and earns the ordinary. She plays herself there off the water. That's a lofted pass over to the left wing, able to connect and turned inside out. Ayla Ahmed shown her defender, this David's Aquatica centre, and got her excluded for good measure. It's Casey Williams sent to the naughty corner. 6-on-5 here now for the Under-16s. They've set up in a 3-3. So 3 down on the bottom and 3 on the top, and they've moved that ball around and let that shot fly from deep. And it's come off the woodwork and gone out of bounds. And the Stags Does escape the power play unscathed. The Does need to score the first goal of this chukker. They need to score more than just the first goal of this chukker if they want any hope of laying claim to a win over the Under-16s, but they're not going to do it that way. Lofted pass to the centre, and Gina Lindhorst, with her head on a swivel, snatches that away from the danger woman and comes up the other side of the pool. They've got an extra man here. It's a ball onto the hand of June Stander, or the water rather. She somehow turned her defender inside out and earned the penalty. Perpetrator this time, Keanu Coutinho. Front water snatched there by June Stander. The defender has no choice but to play the attacker from behind, preventing probable goal, so penalty earned. The refs do allow advantage, but because she wasn't going to score there, they gave the penalty. And a beautiful finish coming from Mia Gibson, who completes her brace with a woodwork and in penalty to the right-hand side. And the Elevate Under-16s tighten their grip on this game. The scoreline reading 8-2. Keanu Coutinho plays that ball out to Kaminsky. Into centre, looking for captain One Muller, and she's won the exclusion. Perpetrator this time, Casey Williams, I beg your pardon, Gina Lindhorst rather. So a power play here for Does. Jessica Bott with time and space. Gives a bit of a loose pass out there to Keanu Coutinho. And Ayla Ahmed on hand to snatch that ball away. And the Under-16s escaped the power play unscathed. And they've got a 3-on-1 counter-attack here if this ball gets up the pool. And Jessica McCamley's dropped to get, storming up on the strong side for the right-hander. And she's gone for the lob, and it's beautiful hat-trick. Jessica McCamley lobs to the cross cage and beats Alexia Bruce. Elevate Under-16s putting on a masterclass here so far against the Does. Does without answer here to the fitness of the Elevate Under-16s. Here's Katja O'Brien. Kaminsky. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien can shoot. She showed us early in this game. Out to the right-hand wing. And that's a lob from that side. Oh, my word, that almost worked. That was Casey Williams who looked for something ambitious there from the perimeter, but it finds its way off the woodwork. And now McCamley, the hat-trick hero, is on her way up the pool, ball in hand. Waiting for some action here from her teammates. That ball's moved to the left-hand side with Ayla Ahmed. Bosman into centre. Great centre-forward work there from Rosalind Square. But that ball's been put underwater. Great defensive effort, I believe that was Caitlin Robinson in centre-back there who puts that ball underwater. And Alexia Bruce regenerates possession for her side. Once again, I don't have a name for this number 14 here from the Stags Does, so my apologies for that. But here's Katja O'Brien. Out to Williams. O'Brien again. Time and space for her, plays herself, goes for it, but finds the wrong side of the woodwork on the near side. Scoreline still reading 9-2 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left of this third chukker. That's a quick ball into centre, but once again, Alexia Bruce with her third steal of the game. Keeper's ready all day. Looking up the other side of the pool here for the captain, Anae Muller. That pass not good enough though. Lands behind her. She has to retreat to regain the ball. They are 4-on-3 here. Are the Does with Casey Williams on the ball. She's gone for the lob. It's beautiful. Take a bow. Casey Williams with up and under finish. Beating Kirsten Duplessis in the cage in the number 13 cap. Getting the Does their third goal of this game. The Elevate under 16s get us back underway. Roslyn Square. Or Squire. Not sure how to pronounce those three vowels in a row. Perhaps somebody will enlighten me this weekend as we go. Please don't be shy to correct the commentators on pronunciation, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's a great ball into centre. Mia Gibson on a brace, turns provider, and invites Taylor Bosman to join her on the brace club. Beautifully weighted pass onto the hand, and Bosman makes no mistake from 2 meters and fires past Alexia Bruce in the cage. The scoreline now reading 10-3 in favour the Elevate under 16s. Lots of Polo still left to play here. 2 minutes and 40 left of the third. And here's Henderson. Williams back to Henderson. Drive through the centre. Oh, that's a great ball into second centre. Kaminsky working hard, earns the ordinary. Ball out here to the perimeter. She's gone for a lob to the near side. But Kirsten Duplessis gets her hand and pushes that onto the frame of the cage and keeps that out of the back of the net. Immediately up the other side of the pool with Taylor Bosman. Finds herself on a brace, drops that into centre. Oh, but great read from Caitlin Robinson with her hips about her, her wits about her, and she makes an easy read and an easy steal. Alexia Bruce fires up the right-hand side of the pool to Jessica Bott, who's turned her defender again. Oh, that's not Jessica Bott, a big pun. That's Merrin Henderson, who's turned her defender. Played that out to the right-hand side with Williams. Williams has gone for a sneaky one. Comes off the keeper. Ball is still in play here and needs to be regathered. Full pool pressure coming in from the under-16s, the Elevate under-16s, that is. Here's Anae Muller. Pressurized by Rosalind Squire. Ordinary foul earned. Outside 6. The referee's hand is raised, which means she can play herself and shoot. She's gone for the lob, but that's more of a rugby conversion. That well over the crossbar. From Anae Muller. Not able to trouble the keeper. Kirsten Duplessis. Open lady through here in the centre. That's a quick 1-2 onto the hand. That's great catch and release coming from Kira Holland. But Alexia Bruce denies with style. Very quick on her legs to reset to that near post and denies a very highly probable goal there. Williams now onto Kaminsky. Kaminsky's waiting for support here. And she's found it through her number 14. And here's Muller. Williams. That's an off-the-ball exclusion there. The perpetrator, Sarah Whitehead, doing too much to get the ball. That's a great ball into front water. Merrin Henderson earns the penalty, and the perpetrator is Taylor Bosman. She finds herself on her first major of the game. 42 seconds left of this third chukker at the 4th edition of the Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament, hosted here at St. David's Maristananda. And Anae Muller is denied from the penalty spot. Kirsten Duplessis, great read, gets a big hand to that and denies the penalty. And now we continue up the pool with Mia Gibson. An off-the-ball exclusion again there. Caitlin Robinson, this time the perpetrator. I didn't see what happened, but probably a bit too handsy in the centre-back position. You have to really be climbing over your defender, or your attacker rather, if you get excluded off the ball. And here's a power play. 20 seconds in a 6-on-5 formation is a power play, which you generally get from an exclusion. And that's a shot from range there. Sarah Whitehead denied. Finds a lot of blocking hands in the way from the Stags Does. And Gemma Kaminsky feeds that back to her keeper Bruce. And now she's throwing that up the left-hand side of the pool to the number 14 for the Stags Does. But that's all she wrote for the third chukker. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here. We'll see you in the concluding fourth chukker after this short break. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the concluding chukker here in this clash between the Elevate Under-16s and the Stags Does. So far, the Elevate Under-16s really stamping their authority on this game, leading currently 10-3 against the Stags Does. That's a great ball into second center, and that back shot was beautiful, but unfortunately finds the upright there. I believe it's number 4. I think that's June Stander, if my memory serves correct, but my team sheet's just refreshing quickly. And I'll give you that update as soon as I've got it. Steady defense there coming from the Elevate Under-16s, able to snatch that ball away from the Does, and they're firing a quick counter-attack here. The other side of the pool, that's a beautiful ball onto the hand, and fires to the near side, but it comes off the woodwork. And Alexia Bruce did well, but the pressure kept coming, and the Elevate Under-16s find the back of the net again. Beg your pardon, ladies and gentlemen, my app has seemed to have frozen. If you do want to follow along with a live score sheet that's used by table, please download the GWP app and go to the Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament. The men's and ladies sections rather are there for you to follow along with. Great steal on the perimeter coming from the Under-16s. Oh, it's a great pass up the other side of the pool. It's a one-on-one here. She's gone for the lob, and she's beaten the keeper there. Nothing Alexia Bruce can do about that attempt. Masterclass coming in so far this game from the Elevate Under-16s. Exactly what you want to see from a young side coming to compete at the Premier level. To my understanding, this is the biggest tournament we've had post-COVID, so really great to see the sport thriving once again. Water polo, of course, on its way. It is the recipe to be one of South Africa's favorite sports. I mean, the intensity is there, the physicality is there, the fitness is there. It's a high-scoring sport. I mean, it's no wonder it's growing so rapidly. But here we've got some youngsters looking to develop their game at the top level, and that's a great ball into second center. Oh, and she's gone for the back shot, and she's found the back of the net. That's a fantastic finish. I'm so sorry, I'm still struggling here with my team sheet. So I have lost names. I'll give you numbers in the meantime. On the right-hand side there, that is the Stags Does number 5, who's earned that ordinary. Played that into the center, looking for number 3. But an ordinary there earned. Lofted ball back into the center. We've got an off-the-ball exclusion. So now a power play for the Stags Does, setting up in a 6-on-5. Looks like they're opting for the 3-3 formation. Back down to 4-2 here, driving down onto the near side. But great defensive pressure coming. The ball is regathered, but again, finding the wrong side of the woodwork. Okay, my team sheet's back, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. And here we go up the other side of the pool. Jessica Bosch has dropped again, finds herself in a 2-on-1 with Gina Lindhorst. She plays that to Lindhorst unselfishly. She turns to the strong water. One balk, brings up Alexia Bruce's arms and finds the back of the net. All right, a little bit of an update here for the score sheet. We have got 1 goal to Alexis Fourie, a brace for June Stander and Taylor Bosman and Mia Gibson for the Elevate Under-16s, and a solitary hat-trick hero with Jessica McCamley finding herself on the. Kira Holland also has a goal to her name. And for the Stags Does, we've got 3 goals, and it's 1 apiece for Casey Williams, Katja O'Brien, and Merrin Henderson. 3 minutes and 12 left here of the 4th chukker to conclude this game. Ladies and gentlemen, this tournament is hosted here at Santon, St. David's and Maristananda. If you're in the area for the long weekend, we're playing all the way till Sunday. Please pull through. There's lovely food, lovely coffee, and of course, South Africa's beloved beer tent will be opening too, and that's a fantastic finish. I believe that was Jessica Bosch who fired that into the back of the net and finds herself on the score sheet. And Jessica Bott this time gets us back underway to Maren Henderson. And here's the captain, Anemola. To Jessica Bott again. She's pressured by Mia Gibson. A shot there from Bott, perhaps a bit ambitious, not able to beat the blocking arm of Jessica Bosch. It was June Stander who scored that last goal, which puts her in the Hat-Trick Heroes Club. With Jessica McCamley, I believe in maybe her 4th goal, if I'm reading the scoreline correctly. Maybe my app's updating a little bit late here. And that's a great shot on the perimeter. Mia Gibson joins the Hat-Trick Heroes Club, bouncing into the bottom right-hand corner. Our leading goal scorer for this game, June Stander, finds herself on 4. Mia Gibson, Jessica McCamley, our Hat-Trick Heroes. And attacking up the centre here is Kaminsky, who earns the ordinary. Tries to connect the dots there with Jadely Oosthuizen, but read like a book there from Mia Gibson. And she snatches that out of the air. And regains possession for the Elevate under 16s. Here's Ayla Ahmed. Ahmed, time and space afforded to her. No blocking hands coming up, and Mia Gibson on the ball. That ball's gone into centre, but Anae Muller's read that like a book and snatched that away, and Alexia Bruce emerges with possession. 2 minutes left on the clock here. 15-3 reads the scoreline. Dominating performance so far from the Elevate under 16s. Strictly academic here. These final moments, the results set in stone already. And that pass, looking for Katja O'Brien, is easily read by Alexis Fourie. And straight up the other side of the pool is Jessica Bosch. And Jessica Bosch is denied from 1 meter by Alexia Bruce, who puts it out for a corner. Bosch resumes play here. Out to Fourie. Gibson. Gibson's gone from deep and has found the woodwork and found the back of the net too. Mia Gibson on 4. Fantastic shot from her from range. Beautifully weighted, beautiful line, beautiful height. Skimming the woodwork on its way in. Beautiful finish. Take a bow, Mia Gibson. Play resumes here. Here's Anae Muller on the ball. Finds Henderson on the right, who's earned the ordinary. That's dropped into centre. Kelsey Meth working hard. And she's done enough to get Mia Gibson sent to the naughty corner. So power play here now for the Does. Henderson. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien's gone for a soft shot there. Not good enough from the Does though. They need to move that ball around and pull the defenders out of place and move the keeper, tire out the keeper, and then you can pass that into the back of the net. That's the 6-on-5 strategy, but perhaps a bit static from them. And Ayla Ahmed on the ball on the right-hand side here. Plays that ball into the advancing Sarah Whitehead, and she's converted with a little cheeky up and under finish over the top of Alexia Bruce, under the crossbar, into the back of the net. The scoreline now reads 17-3. Tough game to watch if you're a Stags Does fan. Beautiful game to watch if you're a fan of the Elevate under 16s. Masterclass coming in from them. Very one-sided, this display of water polo. And Kelsey Meth gets us back underway. Here's the captain, Muller. Henderson. O'Brien. Kaminsky earns the ordinary outside 6. She can play herself and shoot you. And that's an exclusion they earned. And off the ball there, I beg your pardon, not off the ball. That was Taylor Bosman who gets her second exclusion of the game, not retreating off of the foul there. And here's Kaminsky time and space, but she's fired into the woodwork. She's actually played a 1-2 off the post there and recovered the ball and continued. But it's an exclusion here from number 11, Sarah Whitehead, also on her second major. And it's a great pass onto the hand of Henderson, and she's fired at the near side, but again denied by Kirsten Duplessis in the number 13 cap for the Elevate under 16. 17 goals to 3 reads the scoreline with 10 seconds left of the clock here at the 4th edition of the annual Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament. And Katja O'Brien has won a consolation prize here, completes her brace in the dying moments of this game, 17 goals to 4. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. It's Happening.Africa, bringing you statistics, coverage and commentary for this year's edition of the Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament. Stay tuned for some more fantastic polo on your way in the men's and ladies sections of this tournament. And if you are in the area, please come in and support your local athletes. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you after this short break.